Hi, welcome back to My Cup of TV with Jenny,
JD and Erin.
That kind of felt weird. We haven't done this in so long because of lockdown. It was like, oh, what are we doing?
What's my name?
Feel like rookie, complete rookie. And Cat.
Hi. And Cat.
Mary.
So, do you know what we could do? If Cat's ever not available, we can just get someone to sit there and shout hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter who it is, does it?
Just get like a meow in the background.
I'll record some sound bites for you.
Cat is here in spirit.
We'll have a little board for us.
Yeah.
Where are we at, everybody?
God, it's been so long. So, you two are doing really, really well. Well done, congratulations. They've held back on watching any new releases or anything from BTS because they want to save and watch it and react to it first time for the channel, which is amazing. I wouldn't have that discipline, so well done that you two do.
I don't have discipline on Instagram photos though. I start scrolling and I'm screenshotting everything and just sending it to you like, oh look.
yeah. And she sends an image and I'm like, that's from one of their latest BTS Run episodes. Like we're getting to those, and yeah.
I wasn't sure how strict we had to be, but I definitely went through all of these Instagram. I was like, do you know what? I'm allowed a little something.
Everyone needs something to get them through.
It's not like they've only had their individual Instagrams not very long, I assume, judging by his photos don't go back very far, and I thought I was going to get years of content.
Yeah, I don't
They've
think
just
so.
got their individual ones. They've had the group one for a while.
Yeah.
Although if you're stalking and then
if
that
you're
already
going, you're going back through years of content, you're going to get to a certain point of, I'm not going back any further.
Oh yeah, don't we know
it gets still young.
the row that ensued on comments because of that?
Do you know what though? Talking about that, is that I now see why we watched them in the orders that we did. Because I'm watching On, and now when I watch Dope, it doesn't have the same effect because he looks really young there to me now.
Yeah.
Now I've seen him in On and stuff.
Now you see grown JK. Yeah. And that's it. And that's why you've got to look at them, got to watch them in an order.
Now I watch Sugar and someone else.
So,
I have a potential wrecker.
I told you she's going to do this. I said that she's going to go through all of them.
Yeah,
She will.
She's just collecting them slowly.
Jimmy's just been catching my eye a bit. He's not going to be a bias.
I can't wait till we watch the live performance of Filter.
She says this now.
Oh,
Do you know when it started? It wasn't even on Dope. I was rewatching everything.
this is what they do because they can't consume any new content because we couldn't meet up. They're just watching over all the other stuff.
It was Boy With Love. You know how he comes in the beginning? I just found myself suddenly going,
Oh,
I love his
just like melting.
Boy with love.
yeah.
And you know his jumper lifts up a few times in the little dance routine. Yeah.
Yeah,
But I also found rewatching them, I was talking to a friend and I'm saying, oh, I really like it when Jimin has his red hair, like in The Guys and in Dope. And then I carried on watching, I was like, do you know, I really like it when Jimin has blonde hair. And then I was watching like War of Hormone. I really like it when Jimin has black hair. She's like, have you ever thought that you might like Jimin?
This is what he does.
Yeah. And of course the way he moves is the way he moves.
Jimin is like, if you could teach, I don't know, I don't even think you can teach it. He just literally is a natural world-class flirt, and he will get you. You watch, you wait. So we watch more of the Gaias, more of the Run episodes.
There's probably laws as to why.
Yeah, the universe cannot have the two biggest flirts in the world. Yeah. So you now have biases of JK and Sugar, and Jimin is a wrecker.
Yeah.
Solid wrecker. And the others are still churning away.
The others I would still never say no.
Still appreciate, of course,
Yes.
yeah. And Erin, any update from you since you've been... Do you know what I noticed when I was watching back one of our videos the other day, because we haven't been able to see each other, so I missed you. So by watching a video, I was like, it's like we're hanging out. So on one of the videos...
Do you say your own lines?
No, I can't remember what we say. We talk so much. But it was so funny because I remember the first time we watched Dionysus and you said you wanted something hard-hitting, and Kat and I both said, yeah, we think Dionysus is hard-hitting. And after we watched Dionysus, you were like, that wasn't quite hard-hitting for me.
Yeah,
and then a couple of videos later, you said, I love Dionysus. Oh my God, it gets me so worked up. And it's so funny how it can change. And it's true, like you get your initial impression from watching it, but then things can grow on you, or you can realise that you like something so much more than you're noticing things you didn't realise the first time. So
that was another one when Jimin caught my eye.
Dionysus. Woo. Are you still so V is your
Still a thing.
bias?
Still looking. I think since maybe I realised it in Black Swan, but yeah, Jimin, I think he really interests me. I think he's just
Jimin is
dancing and the
mesmerising.
movements, and I love all of that. And her scary smile.
I know,
Like,
I
she's
just want
gonna
looking
come
this
for
way,
me,
I'm
like,
like-
if you don't look, it
She's
doesn't
like,
happen.
don't look directly at Kat because
Hence
mental
why
right,
you
Jimin.
say, like, don't make eye contact, she'll tell me to
Hence
go.
why when I screenshotted that picture of Jimin all wet off of Instagram, I only sent it to JD, not on the group. She's like, why have you sent this to me? It's because you don't want Kat to know you're
It's
looking
like,
at Jimin. I was like,
I know why you're sending this just to me and not on our group chat.
And then RM, he just still really, really interests me. And I've realised listening, I'm starting to pick up when it's him rapping.
saying about songs that we've kind of changed our opinions on. I was worried when our reaction to Singularity, I keep wanting to say Serendipity, when Singularity came out, because I thought I wasn't that keen on it and our B fans gonna hate me. Luckily they didn't. They were all very good. Some people even said they felt the same to start with.
Yeah.
Now
It grows on you. You
it
wait.
really
you
has
wait.
grown on me. And I hate to sound like Erin, but it's kind of become my cooking song.
Has it become your soup song?
I don't make soup, but I was making like a cheese sauce or a bolognese, and I find I put it on because I can just like stir and zone out. Although I have to say, if I put it on when I'm walking somewhere, I don't know how I'm still alive because I get to where I'm going and don't remember how I got there.
It's like you get sucked
Yeah.
in and you're
I
you're
zone
lost in
out.
it.
I keep seeing things about Grandpa Youngie, and I want to see what that is.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's in all the news articles that keep popping up on my phone about stuff, and it's just it's really hard
Very hard.
because YouTube wants me to watch.
YouTube
Stuff.
as well. I know it's obviously an algorithm and it goes on the stuff I watch anyway, which now is going to sound really bad when I say what it keeps trying to get me to watch, which is BTS being dirty-minded. It keeps coming up with these videos and I'm like, ooh.
There's loads of those videos. I've been saying to the girls, we need to watch like the BTS crack videos and the BTS being funny and the try not to laugh challenges and things like that. There's so many, and they're really, really funny because you get to see parts of their personality. So yeah. We will definitely get to all of those. It's so good.
So, we know that BTS did a MTV Unplugged because it was everywhere and we weren't allowed to watch it.
But you did.
You watched it though, didn't you?
You did.
I did.
New rule. Any new stuff, you're not allowed to watch it without us.
Did you watch?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
I
good.
downloaded it to the TV, but then I haven't got around to it.
I don't think though that it would work if you didn't watch things until we watched them, because as I've said, you need to be with it and
Sorry.
answer our questions, and you can't
Because
just go
Erin's
on
like, dance for me, monkey boy.
Right, we've established this is how it works. I ask, you know the answer.
yeah, this is what she wants.
And if not, you Google the answer.
Yeah. This is what she wants. So yes, I have watched the MTV Unplugged. It was amazing. So good.
Well, obviously.
Yeah. So MTV,
I expect nothing less.
so MTV have done unplugged sessions with lots of bands, and obviously BTS pre-recorded this in Korea and then sent it so that MTV could play it over for the UK. So it was really good, very, very good, and we're going to watch them today.
Oh, I've never watched an Unplugged. I just assume it means that
You've not seen
it's
Ed Sheeran or?
no.
Oh,
I
that
just
was
assume that it's like a
Acoustic.
cappella.
Yeah.
It's basically singing it live. It's kind of, obviously, like I said, it's not actual live. This one was recorded in Korea and then they sent it. But it's the guys performing live, kind of unedited, their songs. It's almost like a little bit like, I think, is it Radio 1 that have that live lounge?
That's what I thought of as like in a small thing of them just like acoustic or something. But it's
A
not.
little bit like that. I mean, it's not acoustic. It does have the full production in it.
I felt like they were just when it came out. It was good. Again, like when I thought the Tiny Desk concert was where they just did it on like a small furniture. I just felt like this would be just them sitting on stools, just singing
Beautifully.
Could be.
I'm happy with that.
Luckily, we don't
Yeah.
have one song. We have 5, so it's amazing. And also, this is really cool because there's a couple of songs on here that the girls haven't heard yet, obviously from their album B. So as we go into those, I'll tell you a little bit about what they're about. And that's it.
I get a bit apprehensive because
Get excited.
well, it's like I'm worried because at some point is there going to be one that I don't like or I'm not happy with what they've given me, or are they just gonna destroy us even more? Because I don't think it happens, and then it just happens.
You're just going to end up with like me in Singularity when you're like, yeah, not for me, and then than
Well,
it
I
is.
did that. I did that with Boy with Love.
Yeah,
And
you're
then
working on
And
that.
Dionysus screwing you so much.
Yeah, they all. To be fair, they.
Do you know what
actually
I'm
do.
scared of for this video? I'm scared of Jimin.
They all look wonderful and they all perform very, very well.
Sorry, itchy.
So, what's the first song?
Telepathy.
Is this about knowing what people are thinking?
Sugar said that this is, he wrote this as a love letter to ARMY, basically. So the whole album of B...
No, to me. He wrote this as a love letter to me. Let's be
because
honest.
he uses telepathy to know that somehow in the future you'd be there for him and writing it for you. Sure.
So the whole album of B was written, obviously the guys hadn't planned it, they didn't know that the world was going to stop during COVID, but they wrote the album of B and it's all about their different feelings and emotions during the lockdown and being separated from ARMY, not being able to do what they want to do as artists and things like that. There's lots of layers and emotional journeys which a lot of people can relate to. So I think even though they didn't plan the album, I think that's why it was so significant and it was really awesome of them to express a lot of those fears and things. Telepathy, Sugar said it was a love letter to ARMY because he wanted to know, they were concerned that obviously that even though we're not there and we can't see each other as much, are we still there? How are we doing? They worried like, are we well? And it's basically kind of singing about how he knows that even though we're separated by distance, we just have this like unspoken connection. So BTS and ARMY are connected, and it's almost like this telepathy that we have. So it's cool.
I love the names that they give songs.
So please remember to like, comment and subscribe. I'm going to add another thing to that. Share. You can share these videos on WhatsApp, on Facebook. Get the word out.
Come and hang out with these four weirdos watching BTS. You guys haven't actually heard this song at all. Okay,
No.
let's go.
So I'm looking for Sugar to be lovely, JK can be cute, Jimin needs to just behave.
Yeah.
Okay?
I can't guarantee that.
Now I'm nervous.
It is. It makes it.
I'm so happy.
They're so cute.
They are.
This is like retro MTV.
Also, we get blonde JK.
Oh.
Oh, you do that double
I
denim.
really love the blonde hair. Oh, with a
I'm not sure about the blonde. That I'm sure about.
So you love J-Hope.
I wonder what my hair.
How can anyone look so stylish
I know what he's wearing.
in a Donald Duck t-shirt? It's amazing.
Oh, V is looking really, really cute.
You will be happiest when you meet me.
Gorgeon.
Oh my!
V is looking so cute. Got Donald Duck as well.
These are heavy with bruises.
Don't.
I've missed him.
So cute. You're the one that's most special to me. Oh. Look at that. That's just so cute.
It's like they copied me on a night out.
They got moves.
I must say, JK sat on that sofa is a whole vibe and I like it.
So how was that?
I was expecting a ballad.
Not yet, no. Well, that was the
I don't
first
know,
one of
well, it's
opening
just-
up the
yeah.
Unplugged, so I think they wanted to have an upbeat thing.
No, I think you should. I don't know why the name Telepathy just made me think maybe it was going to be a ballad. So it surprised me when it was a beat, but
Yeah.
that was a happy song.
It was happy, wasn't it? And I really like that. The fact that the whole thing about MTV Unplugged is that, like I said, where it's more live, you get to see their personality, and they do a lot of ad libs and little playful things when they're singing like
Yeah.
that, which is really enjoyable.
I just need to probably watch things and solely concentrate on V when he's not front and centre, because I've seen it obviously in videos, but I just really need to spend a lot of time watching because he is always
It's so interesting.
Yeah. Oh, he's so
Why
cute in this
can
one.
my face not do that? And this is the thing I was noticing with his Instagram, all the little like faces he pulls and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I tried, I can't do it.
He's such a character.
I have to. This was a very strong video for him. He was so cute.
He looked lovely.
His voice is just divine.
Yeah, live vocals, so good. So nice. I really enjoy that.
And it was the hey.
He
I
does
still
look like
don't
he's in his own world most of the time.
He is.
Just
He literally
dancing
is.
Away.
He's amazing. He's such a beautiful weirdo in the
Yeah.
best way possible. I love that expression.
I'm not sure about JK's blonde hair. I think I don't like it, and then I think I do.
Oh, it grew on me.
Yeah.
It grew. It was obviously a shock. It was very different, but then I was like, oh, do I like it? I'm not sure. And then I was just, yeah. And then, like I said, it became a vibe.
No, it felt very
Yeah.
relaxed fun.
Mm.
I think it feels familiar without obviously I've never heard it before, but I felt like I could the beat or the melody was obviously just one that you could just.
It's a very simple, very comforting melody. That you're right. It does feel familiar straight away.
It didn't feel like it was overly. I'm gonna probably get like dragged through the comments for this, but I feel like it's a song that maybe they. I'm gonna say didn't put much effort into. Not that they didn't, but they didn't need to.
That is a live version. There's more production and actually they play with their voice and a little bit of auto tune with some of the notes when they fall down on the actual record on the album. But that was them obviously singing it live. But you're right, it has that vibe actually that behind the scenes there's probably so much more that goes into it than what we realise. But on the surface that was a very chill.
Yeah.
Just relax. Let's just whack this out, and
Not
that's
like
got a nice energy to it.
And they all
not
looked very
complicated
relaxed.
lyrics or anything like that. Just a nice.
But yeah, so that's for me. Telepathy is a bop. I like that. I really
Yeah.
enjoy it on the
Yeah.
playlist. So it's a good one. Yeah, so it's such a happy vibe,
good
isn't it? It's
mood
like,
song.
and that's why even when from the beginning I was just like I couldn't help but just move to it. I was like just bopping along.
So that was BTS Telepathy.
I get
A
that song.
strong start, boys.
It
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
Bopping away.
Well, I like how, you know how often with concerts they come in like, bam, we're here. This was more of a, hey.
Yeah, it was like a
Oh.
swag in,
Yeah.
wasn't it? It was like a swag in.
Nice and cash with the vibe.
We're all just like, I'm feeling it.
I did like JK in that double denim. Looked quite good. I mean, you know,
I don't know.
can't
I
normally
feel
see
like,
people pulling that off, but he does it
now
well.
this is going to sound like I'm just being pervy again, but I didn't like how baggy the jeans were. I prefer a bit more slim fitting.
I liked the outfit, but I think it went with the vibe of it, if you know what I
Okay,
mean, like
yeah.
the casual kind
Yeah.
of thing. But yeah, baggy jeans.
And it looked
Tight
a bit
fitting
all
jeans.
retro
They
as
look
well,
good at
didn't
everything.
it?
Yeah.
Just with the arcade machine.
Oh, the
yeah.
vibe of the song is so
Yeah.
retro. Love
And
it.
you know if that's a real arcade machine, they were playing on it when they should have been filming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they probably made a competition out of it.
I reckon Jake would probably Jake at the top score because, as you said, he's the one that could do everything.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.